Hey, Chris.
Hi, Milo. How are you doing today?
I'm okay, Chris. You want to talk about what just happened?
I didn't do anything.
Yes, you did. You just ripped the fattest fart I've ever heard in my entire life.
I did not.
Chris, that was a chemical warfare.
What? No. I mean, for all we know, it could have been you. I mean, you could have just been waiting for me to sit down, so you'd better have a better alibi.
I don't even know what alibi even means.
Okay, that's a good argument.
If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit.
No, I'm not touching that one. Let's just cut to the intro. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to BSU The Real Deal. I'm your host, Chris.
And I'm Milo. And before you ask, Chris, yes, you did not actually shat a sonic boom of a fart.
I know. I found that stupid rubber flappy thing on my seat. It was really funny, Milo.
I know, right? I thought it would be a good idea considering the date.
Ah, yes. Happy April Fool's Day, everybody. We here at The Real Deal hope everything and everyone is enjoying the day as we're recording this. It's actually a week before April Fool's Day, but that certainly isn't going to stop Milo, is it?
Of course not. I'm a prankster, you know that.
How could I possibly have known that when you have not pranked me once during our entire time on this show?
Because today is April Fool's Day!
Okay, well, I can see we're not going anywhere with this. So, say, Milo, if you're such an incorrigible prankster, then what's your favorite prank that you have ever pulled?
Pulled?
Don't make it weird. Just answer the question.
I'm gonna have to think about that. Cut to the next segment, and when we come back, I'll have an answer. Probably.
What's poppin', fam dogs? This week, I'm going to be reading off my favorite poem, which I believe should be held in the hearts and minds of every red-blooded American that supports the Second Amendment. Own a musket for home defense, since that's what the Founding Fathers intended. 4 ruffians break into my home at the dead of night. What the devil? I say as I grab my powdered wig and Kentucky rifle. Blow a golf ball-sized hole through the first man. He's dead in the spot. Whip my pistol out on the second man. It misses him entirely because it's smoothbore and nails the neighbor's dog. I have to resort to the cannon mounted at the top of the stairs, loaded with grape shot. Tally-ho, lads! The grape shot sheds through 2 men, the additional shrapnel setting off car alarms. Fix bayonet and charge the last terrified rapscallion. He bleeds out waiting for the police to arrive, because triangular bayonet wounds are impossible to stitch up. Ah, just as the Founding Fathers intended. Wow. Truly immaculate stuff. Reading this filled me with an utter euphoria. I may need to change my pants.
Well, there was the time I switched all the remotes in my house.
Is that your favorite?
No, I just like mentioning that one.
Milo! We have been hearing you list off pranks for the last half an hour. Can you please just pick one?
Okay, fine. I've got one.
Spectacular. Let's hear it.
All right. Last year, I went to a casino in Vegas and won $30 million on blackjack by counting the cards.
Dude, Milo, that's really illegal.
Shut up! No, it's not! Anyway, I decided to spend the money doing a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids prank on my friend.
Dear God. Do I even want to know what that is?
Well, you did kind of ask, so anyway, what I did was rent out an airplane hangar and hire people to construct a bedroom that was really big. So after I drugged my friend to knock them out, they woke up in a 3-story bedroom the size of an Olympic swimming pool.
Oh my god! That's insane!
Yeah, I hired the people that made the dinosaurs from Jurassic Park to build giant dinosaur toys and had the Lego company make Lego cubes as big as a gas station.
What the hell, Milo? That is such an absurd waste of money.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, but I was going all out with my pranks.
Well, there's going all out and then there's spending millions to make your friend think they're half an inch tall.
Geez, well, if you're so uppity about this, then why don't you tell me your favorite prank that you have ever pulled? Pulled.
Okay, yeah, let's just go to the next segment and I'll let you know what my favorite prank is.
Hello everyone, it's me Isaac. It's been a while, I know. Anyhowers, Mickey 17 is just dropped in theaters, and I was given the opportunity to spend $30 to go see it. The economy, am I right? Speaking of the economy, Mickey 17 is Bong Joon-ho's most recent satirical take on capitalism since Parasite, the absolute masterpiece that was realized all the way back in the previous decade, in 2019. Does this movie come close to Parasite's profound impact on pop culture? No, not really. In fact, I actually found Mickey to be quite stale and corporate at times. Let me start with what I liked. Robert Pattinson, of course, is probably one of the best actors currently working. He plays multiple characters in the movie, and he's very good at making them feel different, so that you never question it. I also really like the cinematography of this movie. It's not necessarily on the same level as the recent sci-fi and thriller movies like Dune or The Batman, but it's still decent. And lastly, the first 20 minutes or so of this should be studied in film class. Honestly, if the movie ended there, and this was just a short film about the exploitation of workers, I would have been perfectly happy. Unfortunately, the movie kept on going, and nothing was as strong as the first 20 minutes. After that, there's a big twist midway through the movie that is set up as the inciting incident of the movie. But, unfortunately, it doesn't have that much impact on the plot as it should have, because in the final 40 minutes of the movie, the plot changing from cloning themes of workers' rights and exploitation to colonialism. You see, throughout the movie, the crew of the ship is constantly running into these alien bug creatures. The captain of the ship wants to wipe out all the bugs and colonize his planet. That is what the rest of the movie turns into. It's Mickey trying to stop the Trump impression from colonizing this planet and turning it into something really unique and cool to just Avatar. Like, the last 30 minutes of this movie is just Avatar, minus the romantic subplot. Guy visits aliens, Guy learns that the aliens aren't mindless killing machines, Guy tries to stop his own people from killing all the aliens. It's just Avatar from here on out. So yeah, it had so much potential, and I was really excited to see a new Bong Joon-ho movie, but it ended up being pretty bland and unfocused towards the end. Overall, I would give it a 3.5 out of 4, which isn't bad, but it's a lot less than what I thought it was going to be.
Okay, Milo, the prank that I've chosen is one that I think you'll find is just as fun, but doesn't cause you to spend unreal amounts of money as yours.
I mean, in my defense, I wanted to do it.
Great. Well, the summer before my 5th grade year, I mowed lawns to make cash.
This isn't sounding very fun, Chris.
Let me cook. Anyway, after, the second week, I picked out this kid named Jack. And then I paid 80 different kids in my school $1 to go up to Jack and say, "Hey, nice hat." What's the kicker?
Jack wasn't wearing a hat?
Jack wasn't wearing a hat.
Oh.
And when 80 different people all say that you have a hat, you might start to think that you have a hat. Now you check a mirror or you feel around your head and you're not wearing a hat. Then how can 80 people all be wrong? I mean, it's just watching his psyche wrestle with that just proved to be endless entertainment.
Wow, that's actually really sick.
Milo, you drugged somebody to make a movie reference. You don't get to talk to me about morality.
No, I'm using a sick in the 90s way. Thought you would have to know that, but you were a kid in the 90s, right?
Nope, I wasn't.
Oh.
Let's cut to the last segment for a special part of the show where we get the crew together.
The social stratification of society in 2010's Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie. Two things that you never have expected to hear in the same sentence together, but today I tie the two together in clarity and necessary argument. For those who have not indulged, the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie is a methodological period piece that presents the world's very own socio-political system in a way that someone of any education can feasibly understand. The story follows a young Greg Heffley in pursuit of advancing in the social ladder, glorifying a system of values that subjected the people to be guided in their social behavior to a large extent unconsciously. As the film continues on, we see an unspoken symbolization upon the well-known moldy cheese remaining on the school's blacktop. Undoubtedly, this is simply an allegory to the interconnection of the passage of time and how the self further permanent as people allow it. The cheese is left for months decaying, whilst no one chooses to remove it due to a pre-established expectation through those who remained before them. At the end of the movie, Greg Heffley, among the context of the audience, understood as a visionary, a man before his time. He intentionally rips apart the system of political and economic power at a small scale at the age of 12 years old on his very school grounds. He does this by lying about eating the cheese, both alleviating any discomposure to his associate, Rowley Jefferson, and destroying the socially established rules of a distorted societal structure. The film explores this theme by using this school yearbook as a social convention, reflecting unspoken perceptions of popularity and societal standing. In the end, Greg realizes that the system ahead of him is misguided. Rather than focusing on characters and morals, it prioritizes altruistic components of the world. His act of defiance further reinforces his forward-thinking nature. Another character, Angie Stedman, represents the yearbook, understanding the cultural weight and power that she holds. Within the right understanding, it is perceived that this is also symbolism of a deeper understanding of what is perceived to be a social engineering in a bright manner, instead of using it for manipulation, using it for the benefit of society, more specifically, Larry Mack Middle School. Although there is a vast range of content I'd love to further dissect within the Wimpy Kid universe, it seems I have reached my limit. Thank you for engaging in and understanding this abstract and analytical conversation. Until next time.
Alright, gang, we asked some of the crew members to list their favorite pranks, and we're gonna read them off all for you.
Okay, let's get to it. Now, these are all anonymous, so that way we can avoid the embarrassment. And so their victims won't know who pranked them, huh? Alright, so first off, we have this prank which says, "Die forever, I hate you." Okay, that's kind of mean.
Well, that could be for anyone. Let's just get to the next one. Another crew member says that one time they switched their dad's glasses with glasses that make everything look green. Wow, so funny.
Haha, yeah. Alright, next up. This one says, "I hope you fall into a well, break your legs, and die." What the hell? Who wrote this?
Chris, stop being so dramatic. You're being a drama queen. That could be for anyone. Anyways, this crew member says that their favorite prank was the time their entire job spoke in a British accent. Man, that's pretty silly. Chris, what did you got?
This one says, 138 Grayton Avenue, apartment 3, 47306. This is my address. Why did they have my address?
Could have been for someone else. Anyway, this person says,
Milo, this one says, sleep with one eye open. Christopher Logan the second.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
That's me! That's my full government name!
Womp womp. On to final words.
Am I gonna die? As opposed to my normal spiel for final words, I'm not going to say what I have written down today. In fear for my life, I'm going to tell you all now my final words. Dun dun dun. Okay. Mom, Dad, I would like to thank you for this bag of a life I've got. I'm going to miss you all. My sister, my mother, my father, yes, even my plastic bag girlfriend. It'll mean a lot if you remember me as I am now, and not for what happens next. Even I don't know what it will be, but I just want to get my love across. Thank you, the audience. I'll miss you too. Goodbye.
Minecraft 2025 has been announced a few days ago, and I would like to say there are some interesting updates that might change Minecraft past events for the better. Now, in the past, Mojang and Microsoft have always clashed, with their fans by having mob votes that have gone terribly wrong, losing the Moo Bloom and the crab not winning. But anyways, I'm here to spread the news to Ball State students about what we have gotten. Mojang has added variant colors of cows and pigs, that's great, but the two biggest, and I mean biggest, showstoppers are much greater than color changes on certain animals. First one is that Minecraft will let you automatically get shaders in-game. No mods, no obvious hackers tricking you, shaders and lights free on Minecraft. The second greatest thing, and my personal favorite, happy gas. We learned that these poor, angry, tearful creatures were forced into the nether. And when we, find a baby dried up, gassed, just sitting there all alone, we can bring it back to the overworld, set out in some water for a few days, and bam! A happy flying little cube of joy is alive once more. I feel like this is my favorite of all time due to two things. We can make it a giant helmet and goggles, and we can write it like Appa. Thank you, Minecraft, for finally listening to us. Flint and steel. That does it for this week's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to follow us, then you can find The Real Deal on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. I'm your host, Milo, and this is my co-host, Chris. Tell them who you are.
They already know who I am, Milo. I'm gonna die.
Oh, for God's sake, it was me. I wrote all those notes.
Why?
Happy April Fools, everybody!